Hi, my name is Roy Harris, and I have actively studied over 20 different styles of martial arts from Brazil, Thailand, the Philippine Islands, Japan, France, Indonesia, China, Russia, and the United States. I'm a senior instructor in Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do concepts and the Filipino martial arts under Sifu Paul Vunak, a third-degree black belt in Shoshin-T Karate under Sensei Larry Kurtz. I'm also a first-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Professor Joe Moreira, and I'm also a green glove in Boxe Français Savate under Professor Salem Asli. Additionally, I've trained extensively in leg locks with Russian Sambo stylist and black belt Nikolai Baturin. Hi, my name is Roy Harris, and welcome to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu 101. Before we start, I'd like to introduce to you my assistants. To my left here is Mr. Darren Gu, Mr. Louis Cercedes, Mr. Mike Regala, Mr. Preston Rawlings, and Mr. Sean Innes. With that said, let's get started. Positional dominance. Positional dominance is the second building block of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It will give you the ability to dominate and control someone from various positions with a minimal amount of energy expenditure. You really need this skill if you're going to grapple someone who is 50 to 80 pounds of solid muscle heavier than you are. Here are 4 rules of engagement that you should memorize. Rule number 1, as soon as you hit the ground, first seek to establish a superior position. Rule number 2, once you have established a superior position, you must never relinquish it. Rule number 3, if you are ever forced into an inferior position, you must first establish your base and posture and then try to escape from that position. Finally, rule number 4, never be in a rush unless the circumstances dictate it. Wait and take your time. The mounted position. Principles and guidelines. Number 1, space. Keep your chest close to their chest and keep your head down. Number 2, weight. Keep your weight centered on the opponent's upper torso. Formulas. Number 1, keep your weight centered on the opponent's upper torso. Maintain a constant pulling motion with your arms. Keep your feet or knees next to the opponent's hips. Number 2, keep your weight centered on the opponent's upper torso. Maintain that constant pulling motion with your arms. And keep your feet hooked next to the opponent's body. Okay, dominating from the mount position. What I'm about to show you are 4 different techniques that you can use to dominate from the mount position. The first position, what you're going to go to is you're going to put your knees high up into their armpits. You want to take your feet and squeeze your toes together, as well as your heels. You want to put your hands out wide, and you want to put your head down. Okay? The more space you give to them, between chest and chest, the more leverage you get to them. So you need to stay close. Okay, sometimes they don't allow you to put your knees up in their armpits and they push your legs down. So you end up in position number 2. What I want you to do is grapevine your legs and put your feet, the soles of your feet together, and pull your heels to your buttocks. As you pull your heels to your buttocks, you drive your pelvis forward. Left arm will go underneath his arm, and your right hand will go underneath his neck, just like this. Number 3, they turn onto their side, whether to escape or because they're just tired of being on their back. This is where you go to position number 3. You need to put your foot, the heel of your foot, next to their stomach. You need to put your knee, your other leg, on the ground, and your knee up close to his head, and you need to stay close to him. Finally, position number 4, they go all the way over to their knees, and you want to hook your feet inside his legs. Take one arm, go underneath his arm, and grab his wrist. Pull the wrist back, drive your hips forward, put them all the way onto the ground, and this is position number 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now that we've covered the positions on the mount, I'd like to go over some of the techniques that you can use to deal with them pushing on your chest. For starters, when they push on your chest, first thing I want you to do is I want you to stay relaxed. Don't get rigid. I want you to stay relaxed. Push. And I want you to just kind of make a circular motion with your chest. They're the ones that are doing all the work, not me. Okay? That's the first thing. Second thing you want to do is twist your shoulders from side to side. Okay? Number 3, sometimes their hands are just a little bit lower, so what you need to do, push, is put your chest down. It puts the wrist at an awkward angle. Or, push again, you raise your chest up and go forward. So we got the circular motion, we got twisting, left and right, and we have moving our chest up and down. Sometimes, though, instead of pushing on our stomach or our chest, they start to push on our legs. So what you're going to do is just simply take one hand and either pull up on the elbow, push again, or pull up on the wrist. Okay, put all of them together, push. Okay, last thing I want to talk to you about is what you do with your feet. Okay, as I'm doing this, pay attention to my feet. I want to keep my feet hooked at all times, whether I hook them here or I hook here. Keep pushing, try and push me off. And that's how you dominate from the mount. The guard position, principles and guidelines. Number 1, space. Create space when your opponent has uncrossed your ankles and go to the open guard. Stay close when you have your opponent in your closed guard. Number 2, weight. Keep the opponent's weight off of your upper torso when he's trying to pass your guard. Formula. Number 1, pushing motions. You need to push with your hands, your forearms, your biceps, feet, knees, and hamstrings. Hooking motions. You hook with the top of your foot and the Achilles tendon area near the back of your foot. Play with their balance, play with their neck, and finally play with their arm. One last note, pulling motions are only for off-balancing and submission holds. Okay, dominating from the guard position. Let me give you one rule. One rule. When it comes to dominating somebody from the guard, you need to keep their weight off of you. You keep their weight off of you. So the first thing you need to do is you need to put pushing motions in. Pushing motions with your hands, with your arms, with your feet. Look something like this. Go ahead, Cass. Pushing with my feet, pushing with my hands. The whole time I'm keeping his weight away from me. Second thing you need to do, besides the pushing motions, is you need to hook with your feet. You need to hook with the top of your foot as well as with the back of your foot. Looks a little bit like this. Same thing. The purpose for hooking is to control lateral movement. Go to your right. Keep going. Number 3, play with his balance. Go ahead. So I got my pushing motions, got my hooking motions, and I play with his balance. Number 4, in addition to the pushing and the hooking and the playing with his balance, I'm going to play with his neck. Let's go. Finally, number 5, I'm going to play with his arm. Okay, now you try it. Hold downs from across the side, which some people call 100 kilos position, Kesagatame, and knee on the stomach. Principles and guidelines. Number 1, space. Stay tight by keeping a constant slight pulling motion with your arms. And keep your head down. Number 2, weight. Keep your weight centered on the opponent's upper torso. Formula. Number 1, you need to keep your weight centered on the opponent's upper torso. You need to keep a constant pulling motions with your arm. You need to keep something next to the opponent's hip, like your hand, your forearm, or your knee. Finally, you need to keep your butt down. Okay, dominating from across the side. It's 4 tasks you have to accomplish. First thing you need to do is you need to keep your weight centered on your opponent's upper torso. Second thing you need to do is have a constant pulling motion with your arms. Number 3, you need to keep something next to their hip so you don't get put back into their guard. Your hand, your forearm, your knee, something needs to stay next to their hip. Finally, number 4, you need to keep your butt down so you don't get bridged up and over. With that in mind, let's take a look at a few hold downs. The first hold down, position number 1, I want both hands on this side of the body, and I'm going to take my right knee and push it next to my right elbow. I'm going to try and touch my right elbow next to my right knee so that his head is off the ground. I want to pull my left elbow next to his hip and my right knee next to his hip. From here, I'm going to curl my arms underneath his arm and put my head down. When you do this, they have nothing to push up with. Move around. Okay, that's position number 1. Position number 2. Sometimes as you hold down in position number 1, they get this elbow free. And you feel like you're about to lose the position. So you go to position number 2. You take your right arm and come underneath the arm and grab as far as you can. You want to try and grab underneath their armpit. The farther you grab, the better. Try and put your bicep right next to their neck. This hand will then go underneath their back, and you pull. But to create even more pressure on them, you take your right foot, you stick your right foot out, and put your weight down on top of it. Move around. Okay, that's hold down number 2. Number 3, I'm going to put my right arm on this side, and my left hand is going to go on this side, on the ground, right next to his hip. I hug under his arm. I spread my legs out, and I put my butt down and my head down. Move around. Finally, there's position number 4. I put both hands on this side. This hand stays on this side. My legs go out, my butt goes down. Move around. Okay, now you try. Okay, let's continue with a few more hold downs. We'll go to number 5. As I'm in position number 1, and he pulls his elbow down, instead of going to position number 2, I'm going to go to what I will call position 5. I'm going to put my leg underneath his arm. This gets rid of the leverage that he has with his elbow. One more time. So he puts his elbow inside. I put my left leg underneath his arm, put my butt on the ground, and spread my legs apart. Position number 6, now he gets his knee in between us. So now I'm going to put my right leg underneath his knee. Okay. He puts his knee in between us. I go underneath it with my right knee, and I put my leg back for base. Position number 7, he turns into me and goes to his knees. As he starts to go to his knees, I need to put my weight on his hips. Keep my knee underneath him. Reach under his armpit, grab his wrist. Take this hand, go underneath his neck. Grab on top of his shoulder, and put my leg up for base. One more time. Number 7, he turns towards me and goes to his knees. I put my weight on his hip. Push my knee underneath him. Grab his arm, come underneath, grab his shoulder, and put my foot out for base. Finally, number 8. This time he turns away from me. I lift up just a little bit to let him turn. Keep my weight centered on his upper torso. Enter with my left knee underneath his body. Same thing, left arm goes to his left wrist, right arm under his throat to here. One more time. Okay, our next hold down from across the side is going to be Keisagatame. This is an excellent way to hold somebody down. What you want to do is you want to encircle your arm around their neck and grab your thigh. You take your left hand, you grab the tricep, and you pull up. As you pull up with your left arm, you drive your hips forward and into him, just like this, and raise your butt just a little bit off the ground. Move it around. Okay. Pretty simple. That's Keisagatame. You try it. Okay, our next hold down is going to be knee on the stomach. When you put your knee on the stomach, what you want to do is you want to grab a hold of the back of the neck. You also want to grab a hold of the tricep. As you grab a hold of the tricep, you pull up. Keep your weight centered over top of your shin, which is on his stomach, and keep your weight balanced. Move around. You try it. Now let's take a look at all these techniques put together in combinations. Okay. Now let's look at the techniques together in a drill where one side is going to try and dominate and the other side is going to try and escape. Louis on top, and he's going to try and dominate on Darren, and Darren's going to try and escape. If Darren happens to put Louis in his guard, well, Louis is going to pass and hold him down again. Let's see what happens. Darren's got him in his guard. Now Louis is trying to pass. He finally passes. He establishes his position again. Darren escapes. Now they have changed positions. Now Louis is the one who's trying to escape. Darren's the one who's trying to dominate. Okay, good. By doing this drill over and over and over again, this will develop your confidence and not only your ability to escape, but as well as your ability to dominate from a superior position. Now for our next drill, Preston's in Mike's guard. Preston's goal is just to pass the guard. Mike is going to try and dominate him and keep him in his guard. If he passes, well, he's going to work on either escape from across the side or escape from the mount and put him back in the guard. Mike's goal is to dominate from the guard position. Let's take a look at it. Go ahead. Okay, for starters, Preston's trying to establish posture. Now he's got his ankles uncrossed. His next goal is to keep control of Mike's hip and stay close to him. Now he's passed. You see how Preston just holds? He establishes his position. Once you get a position, a dominant, superior position, you establish it, and you wait. You don't have to rush it. You don't have to look for an arm lock or a choke right away. Wait. Make the person on the bottom expend a lot of energy. Now he's looking to mount. He's fully mounted. Now Mike's trying to escape. He did elbow knee escape. And he's put him back in the guard. Good, good. Okay, that was good. Now you try it. Okay, for this last drill, we're going to try and put all the techniques together into a combination. Kind of like we're sparring, but it's not quite sparring. But what's different about this drill is we're going to do it with our eyes closed. When you train with your eyes closed, it develops an attribute called sensitivity. the ability to feel your opponent's intentions and to feel their pressure, whether they're pushing right or pushing left. The only way you can accomplish this is by wrestling slow, by wrestling tight, and keeping your eyes closed. Let's take a look at it. Thanks for watching Volume 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I want you to keep in mind that positional dominance is the second building block of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, not the first. Your foundation in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu must be positional escapes, because if you can't escape, you will not be able to dominate and control someone from a superior position. Watch this tape again and again, and I promise that you will learn more and more each time you watch it. Good training to you. Here are some excerpts from volumes 4 through 8. Okay, one more variation. Same thing. Pass the same way. Get to here, and he puts his hand on my hip. Now instead of inserting my right knee, I insert my left knee. I take my right hand, grab the gi, I pull up, spin, and take his arm. Okay, for our next combination, we first start out with a neck throw, and they resist by throwing their hips forward. I'm going to take my right leg and go behind them to trip them. But as I go behind, he stretches his leg back. Next, I'm going to go underneath him for double leg takedown. But he goes to sprawl, and I finish with the turn. Okay, for our next combination, we're going to go to the guillotine choke. As we go to the choke, Preston takes his left hand and pulls my wrist down. I put my leg over top of his shoulder and put him in the triangle. Okay, for our next combination, when someone has a knee on the stomach and you go to push their arm off, as they go to take your arm, sit up, escape, and put them in a heel hook. Okay, for our next combination, as we hold the person down from position number 2, we're going to stick our chin in their eye socket, but for training, we put it on their chin. As they go to push it off, we push their arm up, and we bite. Okay, now in this match, I'm unsure of the person's experience level that's in front of me. So we end up on the ground. I don't even remember how we ended up on the ground. I feel him start to lose his balance, so I start to play with his balance with my feet, hooking first with my right and then with my left. Now, for those of you that saw my fights in the other tapes, you'll see that same slow, tight, and methodical method of grappling employed in this fight and in all the fights on this tape. At this point in time, I'm thinking, okay, this individual is not quite as experienced as I am. But I really don't know what this guy knows, so I still need to take my time. Especially since I have 3 more fights after this fight. The reason why I turned on my side there onto my left side was to change the angle in which I was applying pressure on his arm. Since his left hand is grabbing his right wrist, I wanted to change the angle and force him to use a different muscle group. As I hold onto his arm, I'm applying some slight pressure, making it uncomfortable for him. See an opportunity for a triangle, and I take it.
Missile time.
See an opportunity to apply a neck wrench here with the triangle. His neck cracks. I take his arm. His arm cracks. I let go, look at the ref. The ref says he didn't tap. Keep going. So I'm simply going to keep the pressure on his neck. As long as I have the mechanics of the triangle applied, sooner or later he's going to tap.
Watch your arm, watch your arm.
There you go, Corey, come on. There you go. There you go, come on.
Pull your foot, pull your foot. All right. Pull back his head.
Apply an arm lock, his arm cracks again. I let go. The referee doesn't say anything, he doesn't tap. Go back to the triangle.
Turn into him now.
And now I'm thinking, man, this guy's got a rubber neck, he's not going to tap. And then he finally taps. Okay, this match here, I matched against a wrestler and a shoot wrestler. As soon as we hit the mat, my first thing that I want to do is establish control over this guy. Because I can tell by the strength I feel in his arms, this guy is stronger than me. Okay, a word here about control. When you grapple for position, you need to understand that there are several types of control. The first is full control in your favor. The second is partial control. Excuse me, more than partial control in your favor. The third is 50-50 control, where you're kind of at a halfway point. You have some control and so does your opponent. The third type is partial control in your opponent's favor. And then finally, there's full control in your opponent's favor. Right here, I have partial control in my favor because I'm staying close to him. I was hooking my feet, and he bridged up and over and gave me a chance to establish full control over his body. You've got to develop that feel for being comfortable with partial control in your favor. And you've got to stay as close to them as possible. You give them any space, you're going to get bridged up and over, or you're going to end up back in the guard, especially somebody who's much stronger than you are. So you have to stay close to them. Went for the old paintbrush American lock there, and he grabbed my fingers. When you stay tight, when you stay close to somebody like that, it frustrates them, and it forces them to either turn onto their side or go to their knees, or it forces them to push up with their arms and expose their arms for an arm lock. So now that I have established the mount position, I stay tight, and I play with his neck and with his arm. Sooner or later, he's going to expose something. By grappling slow and tight, the amount of energy that I expend is very low. That assures me that I will have enough energy if I fight 5 or 6 guys. So that at the end of my 5th or 6th match, I'll have enough energy to explode into something if I need to. He exposed his neck, and I got him in a choke.
Roy Harris, everybody. Roy Harris.
In this match here, I'm going against another Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. This happens to be an open grappling tournament. A little bit different format than a Jiu-Jitsu tournament because they allow leg locks. So I'm looking for the opportunity for a sweep, a throw, a takedown, or pulling the person into my guard. But he chose to pull me into his guard. So I have partial control because I'm staying so close to him, because my upper body is on top of him. And now I'm looking to establish across the side 100 kilos position. I cannot stress the importance. I cannot stress enough the importance of staying close to your opponent. I have found through my experience that it frustrates most people. And when you stay close to them, they always push and try and escape by pushing. This exposes an arm or a neck or gives you the opportunity to mount. So even though by some people's standards, my fights may appear to be boring, I go slow and I take my time. And if it takes me 30 seconds or 30 minutes to make someone tap, that's fine, but the amount of energy that I have spent in relationship to the amount of energy that the other person has spent is far less.
Get that arm out. Get that arm tap. Push that arm bar. Start jerking it out. Keep that tight. Start jerking it out. Blow up. To your side.
I'm keeping my weight on his arm and I'm hugging it with my left arm to make sure it doesn't get free. And I'm looking for the opportunity to get my right knee over top of his right arm. Instead of trying to force it and lose the position, might as well stay tight, make it difficult for him to breathe, and then finally take his arm. He rolls out of it. I'm waiting for him to turn. He turns, gives me the triangle, and I take it.
Steve, don't give up. Steve, don't give up. Come on. I know you're fighting the boy, but don't let him do that to you. Get out of there, Steve.
Gives me the arm,
Now turn it on.
and that ends the fight.
That's it. Night. Whoa!